So today we are going to be discussing 5 dislikes I have about my 2000 Dodge Ram 1500. I'm not going to say 5 things I hate, because hate's a strong word, it's just dislikes. So the first I will say is the gas mileage on this truck. Big thumbs down. I get about 13 miles to the gallon highway. When I first got this truck I was averaging around 10 because I was doing a lot of city driving. Now my driving mainly consists of highway driving, so I mean 13 is pretty good for this truck, but then again, when I drive it in the city, you go around the block, I have to fill up again. So definitely, again, big thumbs down Dodge for terrible gas mileage, but what are you gonna do? It's almost a 20-year-old truck, and it's a big 360 block V8 underneath that hood, so what are you gonna do? Second thing, number 2, I don't like about this truck. If you guys know about these second gens, you know that these dashboards crack easily. Now I don't know if it's from the sun or just poor quality or what, but these dashboards are known to crack. I've seen a lot of guys, they put carpet over their dashboards to protect them. If you guys have any advice you'd like to give me on when I replace my dashboard and how I could keep the new one good, please share. So yeah, that's the second thing. Number 3. Alright, so when I first bought this truck back in 2015, the man that I bought it from, nice guy, lived in Kings Park, Long Island. Truck's about 10 minutes from my house, so I went and stopped. I saw it and met him down there. He took me for a test drive. Let alone, truck was warming up for about 10 minutes while we were talking about it. Hop in the truck to get a test drive done, puts it in reverse, truck stalls out. He blamed it on, the truck had been sitting all day, he hadn't started in a while, so that was that. So I said, alright, no big deal. Went along, did the test drive, truck ran great. So then I bought it after that, and about, I want to say a month after, truck started sputtering out in reverse. I'm like, alright, well maybe it was from not driving it and letting it sit. So I'm like, alright, no big deal. So it would only sputter in reverse. It never sputtered in drive. It would sputter to the point where it would stall out. So like I was saying, I didn't pay any attention to it. It was sputtering in reverse. It always happened in reverse. Actually, I can't say that. It would only happen in reverse when it was cold out. When it was warm out, about 60 degrees or higher, the problem would not occur. So I did some research. I did some forum research on these trucks. And a lot of guys were saying that it could have been the idle air control valve, which I did end up replacing, or what's called the crankshaft position sensor. So I looked it up. A few months went by, problem went away, but it was summertime. Winter came, it started doing the whole thing over again. It started actually now sputtering in drive and shutting off sometimes while I was driving. So this problem continued, and I said, alright, this truck's not safe to drive anymore. Can't just be shutting off while I'm driving. So I ended up doing some more research on what things that it could be. I actually found a video on YouTube on how to change the crankshaft sensor, because I said, alright, let me start with that. I'm thinking it might have been transmission module or something like that, something involving the tranny. So I ended up buying the crankshaft position sensor. I think it was like a $60 part. The idle air control valve I did replace, like I told you. That was about a $30 part. So altogether it was a $90 fix. So after replacing those 2 parts, the truck has been running great. I have not had a problem with it since. Knock on wood. The 4th problem, or pet peeve, dislike, I'll say, that I have with this truck is the rust right at the bottom of the door. I think it's worse on the passenger side. Oh, no, I'm wrong. Driver's side's worse. Now, I've looked this up, and I've heard a lot of people say, my friend actually had this problem because he had a 95 Ram, and I have a friend currently that has a 2001 Ram, and he also has this problem. A lot of them, the forums that I've read, and my friends, they say that it's the way that the weather stripping comes down when it rains. Dodge did a poor design on where it filters down and sits at the bottom of the door here, and it will make your door, the bottom of your door shell, rather I should say, begin to rot out. Now, when I first purchased this truck, there weren't holes like this. This is a complete hole. I can feel my speaker in there to the inside of my door. But it was flaky. I did have flakes over it, but it wasn't a hole. I live on Long Island, and occasionally we get bad snowstorms. I use this truck for work. I use it to get to work. I do plow snow, not with this truck, but I need it to get to work, and regardless of whether it's a big snowstorm or a light dusting, I'm driving this thing through the snow, through the salt, the whole host of things that I just named that contributed to the rust, which, like I said, I eventually have to fix, or else I'll be driving a truck with no doors. So over time, I'm sure it will recede up or start to come back to the end here. This part is still good, but when I first bought it, it did not have this here. It's just been working its way back, and it's been working its way up, so that's definitely a cosmetic issue that I have to address soon. The fifth and final complaint I have of this truck is the transmission. For those of you who have this truck, these second gens rather I should say, you guys know that these trannies like to gear hunt. My fourth drive is my overdrive, so technically this truck's a 3-speed automatic with overdrive. And I will say, first, stays in the RPM band for a good amount of time, depending on how hard I get on it, of course. Second hits, okay. Third hits, right to fourth instantly. So it's not good for the tranny to do that when you're either trying to merge onto a highway, tow a vehicle, or even just regular driving. And I say regular driving because when I'm in fourth gear in this truck, I really don't feel the power. I have to get on a little bit for it to downshift and either go into second or third, depending on how fast I'm going, just to give it a little oomph. When I'm in fourth, I almost feel like it's struggling. Now, I will say, the man that I bought this truck from, he was very meticulous when it came to maintenance on this vehicle. He had all the receipts. He had work done to it from the first year he bought it all the way up to when he sold it to me. And he rebuilt the transmission. That's a rebuilt tranny. At, I believe it was 100,000 miles he rebuilt the tranny. I now have 160 on the truck, so pretty soon, probably, I'm going to say another 20 to 25,000 miles, I'm going to flush the tranny, change the fluid, and look to see what other components I need to change. And hopefully this truck will last me, because like I said, this is my means of making money, this truck. It's my daily driver now. You know, I have the Challenger, but I don't want to keep low miles on that, so I need this thing to run and I need this thing to last. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap it up here and say, for those of you who have watched my video or have been watching my videos and are going to continue to watch the videos that I make, I really, really appreciate it. Like I said, I just want to make good content. I want to be better at it. I'm going to get better at it. I have so much more stuff to do. This is a new channel. I ask that you please like, dislike, comment, and most importantly, subscribe so you can follow me on this journey. Like I said, I'm going to be making a host of videos, reviews, updates, builds, mods, a host of things I have to do. So stay tuned for the next video, guys. Appreciate it.